And welcome back here live on the THS Digital Media Network after a lightning/weather delay here in Toppenish, Washington, inside Wildcat Stadium on Bob Winters Field, dealing with a bit of a weather delay. Well, not just a bit, actually a pretty big one. We were delayed an hour and a half here today. So anyways, real quick, of course, the Highland Scotties up 1-0. We're about 3 or 4 minutes away from the beginning of the second half. Yes, still another half of State Soccer Championship soccer to be played here today. Here already in the late afternoon. This game, of course, got started at 1 p.m. And now Wildcats essentially looking for probably, I think most fans, especially the fans that attended here today, and if you're watching at home, probably going to be one of the biggest comebacks here for the Wildcats if they can pull it off. They got an entire full second half to deal with. So we'll see how they're going to be able to respond, especially after sitting in the locker rooms for over 90 minutes now. So barely getting out here, getting warmed up, and we'll see what they have. But meanwhile, while we wait for the official second half to start here, let's go over some results. Earlier today in the state tournament, you had Seattle Academy playing up against Connell, an SCAC representative. And unfortunately, they fell to Seattle Academy, a 14 seed, 1-0. So they've made it to the Final Four. What an upset there. A game still to be played later today. Lakeside versus the Bush School. Of course, they're going to meet, of course, Seattle Academy. Once the decision is made on that game, a 2 versus 7 seed. Let's see what happens there. And then in the other game earlier today, the University Prep versus the Cascade Leavenworth. The 12 seed University Prep coming out on top 3-2. So with that being said, the winner of this game is going to take on the 12 seed University Prep team. Between the winner of this game, this second half, between the Highland Scotties and the Toppenish Wildcats. And of course, this game being brought to you by exclusively here on the THS Digital Media Network. We're moments away. We'll take a small break. Be back here live on the THS Digital Media Network. And welcome back here on the THS Digital Media Network. Just moments away from the beginning of the second half of this round 2 WIAA 1A State Soccer Championship game. Round 2. Who's going to make it to the Final Four? We're about to find out. And if you were tuning in earlier, of course, the Wildcats with an unfortunate error and, a questionable call from the sideline, at the very least can be said at this point, on the goalie Hector Godinez, and allowing for the free kick, the free throw essentially, to be netted in, and thus putting the Highland Scotties ahead 1-0. So here we go. We are either anticipating here one of the biggest comebacks, especially after this 90-minute weather delay, rain and all, or we're going to see one of the biggest upsets here in this 1A state tournament. Let's see what happened, folks. We are about to find out. So here, as everybody getting their pre-game or whatever you would want to call it rituals, getting them nice and warmed up. This is going to be something. Well, what a way to end a broadcast this season here on THS Digital Media Network. State games mean so much, and let's see what the Wildcats can do here to get themselves back into this contest. Remember, all you need is one goal at this point just to tie. That's it. If you want to, you got to happen to believe that's what you're aiming for. But obviously, the Wildcats are more than capable of getting 2 goals here, and immediately some physicality down on the field, and the yellow card's going to be assessed. Oh my, that might be big. That yellow card being assessed to number 15, Miguel Romero Ceja, just a junior for the Highland Scotties, and they're going to have a substitution coming in. Jose Perez, just as freshman, is going to make his way onto the field. But oh my, this might be big here for the Wildcats. Let's see if they can get something going again. They're going to have to be aggressive on the offensive side. As the ball bouncing out of bounds. Once again, if you're just joining us, folks, here on the THS Digital Media Network, weather delay, 90-minute weather delay here, lightning and heavy rain and hail at one point. What a crazy weekend it's been here on the THS Digital Media Network. Guess what? We're all learning from this. We know what we need to do. There was Kristen Robles coming out, and nothing happening there, but the possession will stay with the Wildcats. See what will continue to happen. Of course, luckily our great crew here at THS Digital Media getting everything moved and ready for when we're going to go back on air. Again, rain and lightning and hail. We got to be quick on our feet and get things going. And of course, just like the THS Wildcats here, trying to get their momentum going in there. As Lozano playing some great defense, getting that one out of danger. And you can feel the Wildcats, they felt that energy. They have that energy. They're trying to win this game. They're not trying to tie. They don't want to deal with that. They just want to seal this one away, it looks like. Right there again, and the Wildcats unable to retain that one. Yair and Ciso coming down from behind, and now Roberto Garcia coming in, sliding in. Let's see if Juan Diego Mendoza can get something going, and Highland Scotties able to kick that one away. Roberto Garcia right there. Yair and Ciso trying to get a chest bounce right there. Marco Ramirez trying to get something going for the Highland Scotties, and now Rudy Silva to the middle. Perez. Oh, and there Garcia able to retain possession. Passes it over to the left side of the field. Trinidad Hernandez trying to keep this dribble, and now over to Gutierrez. Gets it. Hernandez sending it ahead. Oh, Magana, can he get there? Oh, just a step ahead, and now the Wildcats still right there. Yeah, he'd keep that coming down. Oh, and that one's going to be out of bounds off the Wildcats, but either way, you can tell by the way the Wildcats are starting this second half after a 90-minute weather delay. Yeah, they seem like they have that energy. They want to match that energy, and it seems like the Highland Scotties right now kind of probably a little bit flustered with how hyped this team looks on the field. So the official right there giving an explanation of what's going on. I believe, yeah, they may have had some uniform issues there. So looks like they will have to oh, there it is! So they officially assigned a yellow card. So 3 yellow cards have been handed out here tonight to the Highland Scotties. I mean, even though that it doesn't necessarily turn into free throws like in basketball, but either way, you're breaking the momentum of your team. It's so unfortunate, and so another substitution going to come in here for the Highland Scotties as number 2, Jose Perez, is going to come back in again. Alexander Ramos Aguiano. Looks like he had a piece of equipment that's not supposed to be on there during athletic competition. Of course, every state has their own set of rules in terms of what you can or can't wear when you're competing in an athletic event. Here in the state of Washington, hey, they want you to be free of anything, pretty much. Check your local laws and rules. Every state, maybe even every county, every league is a little bit different. Here we go. Highland Scotty trying to go back. Yeah, he'd keep that. Sending it up ahead. Oh, trying to find the mark on Alexander Magana now. Roberto Garcia right there and being pushed from behind. Is there going to be a call? And yes, there is. So again, that was a tough play there by the Highland Scotty defense. I mean, a little bit. I mean, you can argue what happened there. Definitely. But more important right now for the Wildcats to find out where they're going to be at. So another substitution here coming in. As Perez is going to come out and Alexander Ramos Aguiano will come back in after removing the, I guess what you would call illegal uniform part, whatever, accessory. And that includes things like jewelry sometimes. And right there, yeah, Heath Quintero is seeing a break. He's finding it. And Gonzalez able to come out, the goalkeeper there for the Highland Scotties, and eliminate that threat. We're 7 minutes in here in the second half of this big game, big storyline. 90-minute weather delay, thunder, rain, and hail. And right there, Alexander Magana. Oh, no, and right there, offsides call on the Wildcats. Looks like Magana was ready to make a play, but just not there. And listen, and coming out of the gate, the Wildcats, they just have that energy. Once again, you haven't seen any quit. And when it's a state game like this, and when it's a loser out, you bet you're going to leave everything on the field, considering you're down 1-0. So a goal will tie this up. But the Wildcats right now trying to attack. Juan Diego Mendoza taking that midfield, passing it. Magana trying to tap it to the other side, and Trinidad Hernandez couldn't get it there, but able to recover. Yair Enciso. And now Trinidad Hernandez right there then, deflected off Lozano of the Highland Scotties. Wildcats immediately getting back to work. Rafael Garcia. Ball being kept in play. To Gutierrez. The Scotties trying to keep it alive, and they do. Able to get that one there, but Garcia right there. Able to intercept that pass. Mendoza trying to attack deep in that middle of that defense for the Highland Scotties. Wildcats are keeping that offensive pressure right here. You can see it. And now finally just trying to kick that one back. Hector Godinez comes out, just kicks that one out, not breaking momentum. This is high energy. One side is going to be exhausted after this half. Let's just say that. The Wildcats, it doesn't look like they want to be tired at all. Looks like they have all the energy in the world right now. Even though nothing has been capitalized just yet, you can almost feel it like they just need one open opportunity, and they're going to make it happen. So this is going to force the goalkeeper, Gonzalez, of the Highland Scotties to clear it out. Send it to near midfield. There it goes. Up top, now Garcia. Trying to use his head a little bit. Marco Ramirez having that one go off of him. And the Wildcats will get a reset. Wildcats, you can sense they're still running with some urgency. They know they cannot slow down considering the position that they're at. Juan Diego Mendoza sending it back, and now Godinez will do a job of clearing this one out. Sends it to the middle of the field. Juan Mendoza taking control, and now back over Robles to Quintero. Great midfielder trying to send it up top, and ball will be head and kicked out of bounds. A bit of a better position coming in here for the Toppenish Wildcats. Here in this number 1 versus number 9 seed. Highland Scotties and Toppenish Wildcats, of course, the number 1 seed here. It's going to be called in another yellow card, the 4th one of this day. Wow. When we mentioned what could go wrong can go wrong, and now that's going to force number 18 Salvador Ceja to come out of the game, and back in will be Jose Perez. But looks like pressure succumbing to these Highland Scotties. Wildcats not able to capitalize on any opportunity just yet, but you can almost sense it that they will. Mendoza tried to keep it in play and still is. There as the ball off of Yahir Castrolon. Just a sophomore young team here in the Highland Scotties. And again, ball out of play. So Robles to kick it back in. So substitution coming in here. Mendoza having a quick look at it. Sends one, and the keeper, Gonzalez, able to track down that high arcing shot. And eliminate any danger there. And now he's going to get this one off. Right back to the other side of the field, but a call against the Scotties. It's going to reset things again for the Wildcats. And Cecil over to Hernandez, and now Garcia working on that left sideline. And Highland Scotties again forced to just kick that one out of bounds. The Wildcats right now, they're the ones with the most possession time here in the second half. You keep it up, there's no way you're not going to get at least one goal. And at this point, that's what the Wildcats need, just one goal to stay into this game. Marco Ramirez trying to keep it alive. He has it. Stuck over there on that corner. And now Garcia able to steal it away, trying to get them out of danger. Good defense there, sending it to the middle. Quintero, free-man release, sending it up ahead, cutting in. And Magana, he has a shot. And no, what's going to be called here? It's going to be an offsides call, and Magana is disappointed in that one. That's a tough one to see from here. The official was looking at it. Maybe he could have been a half a step, maybe, if that, but I don't know. I think you got to let that one play out. Quintero. Back to the middle. Garcia. Now that Highland Scotty defense sending it back. Juan Diego Mendoza in the middle, trying to make something happen. To Magana, has a good bounce, trying to take it, and he has it. Oh, and kicked out, and another corner kick coming here for the Wildcats. Magana, oh no, the goalkeeper and Magana right now holding on to it, and right now, oh, looks like they're definitely exchanging some words. It's going to be very important to keep these players disciplined. I mean, here at THS Digital Media Network, I mean, amongst all the sports we've had, we know things can get heated, and right now the official giving some warning on what's going on. And so a corner kick coming anyways for the Wildcats. Juan Diego Mendoza gets it off. Magana. Tough one right there. Sander Magana right there. Trying to make something happen on a drawn-up play. Gonzalez gets it out. Headed there by Ramirez, and now Quintero trying to take control, but Ramirez able to get it back. Alexander Ramos Agobiano. So now, Yacir Perez inbounds it, Rudy Silva. This number 1 versus number 9 seed, I mean, this is as good of a game as you're going to get. Garcia back to Mendoza. In and out. Mendoza takes control to the middle. Garcia, Magana, working, triple. Oh, deflected. Magana back at it again, trying to save it. Now I hear Quintero. Over to Mendoza. Garcia trying to close down, trying to keep this thing alive. And Ciso not able to track that one down, sends it back in again. Trinidad Hernandez now back to Garcia. Rafael trying to get something going, and that one pushed out of bounds. Wildcats again, majority of possession here. Yeah, we have not seen the Highland Scotties attack offensively here. You can feel that the Highland Scotties are really going to be using their defense here, because that's the amount of pressure that the Wildcats are forcing right now. And ball once again out of play. Throw in back. Mendoza coming in, and Cecil has to send it back to the defense. Cecil gets a little bit of coverage there, and the pass right there attempted, but ball will roll right into the area of the goalkeeper. Wildcats down 1-0 currently. Trying to get a goal here to stay in this game. Otherwise, we're looking at probably would be the biggest upset in this tournament. Mendoza using his fancy dribble. Trying to get it to the other side of the field and finds Yahid and Cecil. Hernandez. And a slide tackle there by Rudy Silva off of him. Wildcats continue using their speed and high octane there. Magana to Mendoza. Quintero trying to keep it alive. And now Robles with the chance himself takes a shot. And Cecil coming down, and nothing happening just yet. And now Garcia forced to come back to it. Pacheco. He sends it. Highland Scotties right there to defend. Sending it up ahead, cutting Perez. And Angel Pacheco right there to try to stop momentum. And we're going to come up here in under 2 minutes or so, midway through the second half. Wildcats right now, this is the first time here in this second half that they've been pressured offensively, but let's see how they deal with it. Magana trying to keep it in play. Mendoza keeping it alive. Look at that physicality, and ball will again go out. Deflected. And so that ball, looks like the official said it belongs to the Scotties. Mendoza trying to keep it in play. As we announced the results earlier of the remaining contest in this championship tournament, a lot of small seeds advancing, the 14 seed and the 12 seed. So there's going to be a substitution coming in for the Scotties. Jesus Esquivel Guzman makes his way onto the field. Juan Diego Mendoza right there, and Rudy Silva using his body there to deflect that shot. Christian Robles. And there the ball reset. Jose Martinez for the Wildcats. Robles, throw in. Stuck around, and Cecil tries to take a shot. Partially deflected, trying to keep it alive. And now, on their back heel, Ramirez 2-on-1 situation, but the Wildcat defense closing in. Perez. And shot way over the top and to the right there from Cayano Zuniga for the Highland Scotties. So already midway through the second half, 20 minutes remaining for the Wildcats to get a goal in to keep this game and their postseason alive. And Cecil to the middle. Highland Scotties able to track that down. Perez finds Ramirez streaking in, and Godinez having to come out and kick that one out. Let's see, the officials coming. Oh, are they going to make a call? Looks like they might get together. This might be big again. What's going to be called? Is there going to be a card given? So Godinez was there to make a play. Let's see. No signal just yet. There is the athletic trainer has come onto the field to assess the injured player. Let's see with the referee if anything's going to be called. And doesn't look like it. And looks like, yeah, that's going to be the result. So no call. So right now, the starting goalkeeper, Hector Godinez, on an attempted save. Not an attempted save necessarily, but just making a defensive maneuver to try to get that ball out of play. So right now, the athletic trainer talking with Godinez and seeing if he's able to keep it going. Looks like he will. Although that's a dangerous thing as well. He might be limited in his mobility. Which as a goalkeeper, that's what you need. You need to have that agility to go side to side. And let's hope this injury didn't cause too much trouble, too much damage in here as the Wildcats still, again, down 1-0. They need a goal. And already midway through the second half, Wildcats perhaps dealing with the pressure that is in the championship tournament. And so Gonzalez once again will clear this one out. Checo. Back to Enciso. Still in play. Garcia. And stoppage there. Foul being called on the Scotties. So the Wildcats right now, looks like they're in good position to have some sort of offensive play drawn up here. Again, the majority of this second half, possession has belonged to the Wildcats. Garcia. Inside, Magana. So go kick inside, and what's going to happen? And a call being made down on the field against the Wildcats. And the Scotties right now just playing the best they can and performing best they can here. And obviously still with the lead over the Wildcats. 1-0. Mendoza back to Quintero. Coming back over, Ramirez. Sends it up ahead. Alexander Ramos Aguiano tries to send it in there, and ball will be kicked out of bounds there as Jesus Esquivel Guzman trying to come up and make a play there. Wildcats they might need to be concerned with the amount of time that might be left on this clock. Coming up on 15 minutes plus extra time remaining here. And that could be a key component, especially if the Wildcats don't get a goal here soon enough. Hernandez able to keep it alive, and now a throw in to Magana, and all ball bouncing around, but the goalkeeper there, Gonzalez, able to track it down. And right now the Wildcats, even though they've had a lot of possession time, have yet to capitalize on any goal opportunity. Martinez trying to close down, and now Juan Diego Mendoza in the middle. Rudy Silva over to Perez, sending it towards Marco Ramirez. Trying to kick it in. Godinez able to come out as the goalkeeper and snatch that one up. Gets it out of there. Past midfield. Back to Mendoza. Obelis. With Silva. Diego Mendoza again. Quintero. Stopping. Godinez. Guzman off the goalpost. And now the Wildcats using that opportunity. Looks like the Scotties were sort of questioning what was going on there for a second. Nonetheless, back on their feet, the Wildcats still dealing with something, and a call on the field. And a yellow card going to be assessed on the Wildcats, and it's going to be on Garcia, I believe. No, it looks like it's going to be on Yair and Cecil. So substitutions coming in. Right now, even though it doesn't feel like it, a tight contest nonetheless for the Wildcats, down 1-0. And a free kick opportunity for Rudy Silva. Hector Godinez injured a little bit earlier. Going to happen, and a card being assessed on the bench for the Wildcats. So a lot of cards have been handed out here today. So right now the official having a conversation with the head coach for Toppenish, and right there Godinez able to get a save. Quickly trying to get this one out. Only about 10 minutes or so remaining, plus extra time. We don't know how much extra time there's going to be. Wildcats need to make something happen sooner rather than later if they want to stay in this game. Unable to keep it. Garcia trying to clean up. Couldn't get it. Hang on the backfield there. Perez. And again, now the Scotties beginning to apply their offensive pressure. Wildcats dealing with substitutions right now. Yahid and Cecil immediately coming back in. Header up top, Garcia. Now to Juan Diego Mendoza. Garcia kicking it away, back to the middle. The header, Magana trying to track it down. The ball will be deflected off of the Wildcats, it appears, so nothing going right yet. Under 10 minutes now, 9:50 or so remaining. This could be one of the biggest, this would be the biggest upset of this tournament. Again, a 12 seed and a 14 seed already advanced earlier today at the 1A level tournament. And Cecil keeping it alive, and now Ramirez. Dribble right there, slide tackle attempt, gets it, still facing, and called on the field. The officials once again coming together. A lot of cards have been handed out here today. And it looks like they are going to hand out another card. What would be the 5th card here tonight? And there it is for the Scotties. That could be big again. The Wildcats keep getting these opportunities on there. And so Marco Ramirez is going to be the one who is going to be assessed a card. Boy, the amount of cards that have been handed out tonight, I mean, you swear you might be playing a card game. And so substitutions coming in, and I guess coach is asking for an explanation, and they will. This game going every which direction. Weather delay. Questionable call to begin the first half. So the Wildcats, Hector Godinez, try to get it out of Garcia. Going to send it ahead. Mendoza controlling that middle. Tries to find somebody there. Ball will be out of bounds. Here as time is winding down. Lozano's going to check out. Ramos Aguiano for the Scotties coming in. It is Garcia having a shot. Yahir Quintero coming in from behind, and now over to Robles. Rafael Garcia to Mendoza. Mendoza, trying to get his way around, and the call will go to the Wildcats. Coming up at 5 minutes remaining here. Of course, there's probably going to be a little bit of extra time as well. Nonetheless, the Wildcats still without a goal. Postseason could be over if they don't get something going quick. And ball taken away there by the Highland Scotties. They're going to send it up ahead. Robles coming in, trying to keep it away. Working that left side, trying to take something. Ball in the middle, and second goal there for the Highland Scotties, cutting in Salvador Ceja, the senior. And that perhaps is the goal that will seal this biggest upset of the tournament here today. What else could you do? It seems like the Wildcats, it seemed like they were exhausted there. You could tell the defenders just, the fatigue just settling in. We know they started off dominating the opening second half here. But right now, will be a shocker across the state. But nonetheless, we've already had many, and another card going to be assessed to the Scotty bench. Again, it seems like they're dealing out blackjack out here with all the cards that are being handed out. And so right now, looks like it's a big call. And the coach is going to be ejected, and it is. He is ejected. He's been handed 2 cards as the bench, and so he's going to be forced to come out of here. The Wildcats, though, still down 2-0. Don't have very much hope at this point, but they're trying to get something to go. Ball will roll out. Less than 5 minutes remaining, down 2-0. Unsure of what this call is going to be. Once again, the head coach for the Highland Scotties has officially been ejected from this contest, earning 2 yellow cards. So he's going to be forced to leave the facilities, leave the field of play anyway. And even though their team is up 2-0, that also could be a big thing, especially if they're able to pull this off and come out with the win against University Prep. Who knows? Ball almost there. Angel Pacheco with the attempted header. Time slowly winding down. "90-minute weather delay at halftime. The Highland Scotties getting 1 goal in a questionable call by the referees on the field. Launching the attack, Hernandez. Up ahead, still nothing. Enciso. To Pacheco. Now to Juan Diego Mendoza. Wildcats running short on time. They have to make something. Quintero coming down, but the defense of the Scotties just keeping that one away. And right there, getting out, Yacir Perez, keeping his dribble alive. And ball will go out of bounds. Robles, and immediately right there, getting the secondary ball. What could be the biggest upset of what will be the biggest upset of this tournament here this year happening right now. Wildcats need to respond with something. Not a lot of time remaining. Quintero to Mendoza. Can't keep the dribble. And again, Robles having to get in there. Not too much time remaining. There is extra time coming up on 2 minutes. Ball kicked out. Jesus Esquivel Guzman. And just moments away here. Under 2 minutes in extra time. Let's see how long they let them go. But when you're down 2-0, this game is pretty hard to come back from. They need some calls or a big call to go their way now. And most importantly right now, they need to find a way to get into the goal. You got to give credit here to the Highland Scotties and the game plan they've had. Wildcats, offensively aggressive. And the Highland Scotty defense adjusting and not letting that pressure get to them. And this was what will more than likely be the end of the season for the Wildcats, it appears. Unless something happens here in the remaining, well, we got to guess around 3 or 4 minutes of extra time. But nonetheless, when you're down 2-0, really difficult to come back from. Garcia keeping it to Mendoza, Quintero, and he will go out of bounds with the ball. Marco Ramirez, excuse me, right there. Yacir Perez to throw it back in. Gets it, Mendoza, sending it up ahead. Martinez trying to track it down and immediately sending it out. Alexander Magana. He's being quick. He has to be quick with it. Who knows how much time is left? They don't know. Up until the referee calls that whistle, that's it. And so another corner kick appearing to come for the Wildcats. So this could be a key opportunity here to at least make it a one-score game, even though there may not be much time remaining. The Highland coaches have been ejected. Multiple cards have been handed out in this contest. Kicked in, back out, shoots it in, still there, and able to clear it out. Wildcats still fighting in there, up top in the season. And what's going to be called? Oh, the official calling it. Wildcats still with possession. So they're taking their time, trying to get the call correct. From all appearances, it will be Wildcat ball. But it may be too little, too late. Yeah, and it's an unfortunate thing here. Of course, this team looking to capitalize on all of it. And unfortunately, here it appears the end of the chapter has come. So it will be Garcia taking the shot. Goalkeeper Kevin Gonzalez for the Highland Scotties. Hoping to keep something alive here. Make a play. Scotties. This is, it might be too little too late, but still, you nail this one. You got something big still going in. Ball will be just way too high. And Garcia. That was Rafael Garcia taking the shot and couldn't get that one to go in. And now Gonzalez perhaps just getting this one, clearing this one out, as more than likely this one's only a few moments from being called. Pacheco. Quintero keeping it alive, coming in. Play will still continue. And you got to wonder, how big of an effect did that 90-minute delay have on both teams? We know that the score that you see on your screen right now, that the Highland Scotties didn't let them affect too much. But what about the Wildcats? Because they came out opening up the second half with a good amount of energy. They wanted to do what they wanted to do and try to get something going. But unfortunately, that didn't materialize here today, here this afternoon, and that's it. Official cause, a game is over, and the biggest upset of this tournament has just happened. Out is the #1 seed in the 1A Soccer Boys Tournament. Toppenish Wildcats season ends here this afternoon. Highland Scotties using 2 goals. And of course, with the questionable call at the beginning on the goalkeeper, Hector Godinez, the seniors on the team, leaving it all out there. Unfortunately, they will not have the opportunity to possess that big trophy, to have memories on their ring of being state champions. Nonetheless, what a great season both teams have had here so far in the Highland Scotties, the #9 seed in this tournament, and in the biggest upset of the 1A tournament. Wildcats are out. Highland Scotties continue. They're into the Final Four. They'll take on the 12 seed University Prep team. And everybody just in shock here on the Wildcat sidelines. Well, it is, and excuses or no excuses, Highland Scotties just appeared to be the better team. Appeared to capitalize on those opportunities that they had, especially on that free kick, that free throw at the beginning of the game. Hector Godinez just not able to make a play, unfortunately, there at the beginning. And pretty much, you can argue that was the difference maker. And then, of course, the Wildcats using all their energy, fatigued towards the end of the second half. And not able to keep up as the Highland Scotties just kept attacking, kept playing great defense, and their offense, technically sound, making the right moves, and capitalizing on every opportunity they had. So unfortunately, here for Alexander Magana, he will not have the record. He was shut out, no scores. And for the first time this season, the Wildcats held scoreless in the postseason. And what a great season these boys have had. Yeah, indeed they have, and they shouldn't be ashamed of what they were able to accomplish. And what else can you ask for? And think about this. This time last year, we weren't even able to play playoffs, state playoffs. And the takeaway from this should be, hey, what progress have we made since that time? And having the ability to have these events continue, get back to the way things were before the world changed just a couple of years ago. All we can do is reflect and do our best to move forward. And obviously the Wildcats still with the young core. So they will be back next season, and they will be just as strong as they were this year. But unfortunately, from whatever you want to call it, either bad luck, through the weather, or just great play by the opposing team, the Wildcats just unable to come through and move on in the second round, and they lose this contest 2-0. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to take an opportunity here to thank our amazing crew here at the THS Digital Media Network, all the way from our producers, our cameramen, our camera operators, and of course, the head of this THS Digital Media Department in Phil Aguirre. What a great teacher he is and a great mentor to these kids in broadcasting production. And of course, I've had a great season here calling all 3 seasons of the sports. And what a great experience, what a great story, what a great ride we've had this year. This will be our final athletic event, more than likely, unless something else happens in the near future. This is it. And I'd like to thank of course, we have a couple of seniors on our crew as well. I'd like to wish them the best in whatever their future endeavors are going to be. But nonetheless, the end of the road for the THS Digital Media broadcasting season is upon us. Anyways, all through football, all through basketball, and now all through soccer, what a great ride this has been in terms of Toppenish High School athletics. I'd like to thank you, we'd like to thank you here for tuning in and supporting this great community here at Toppenish. And we hope that you continue tuning in next year, and of course, in all future THS Digital Media events here on YouTube and on the THS Digital Media Network. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow, and never miss out on another THS Digital Media event. Remember, also check in on all our social media pages, Twitter, Facebook, and whatever other social media platforms are going on. But nonetheless, the biggest upset of this tournament taking place here after a 90-minute weather delay, 2-0 win, Highland Scotties over the Toppenish Wildcats. Number 9 seed moving on, and they will be playing the number 12 seed University Prep next weekend. And unfortunately, this is the end of the road for the THS Digital Media Network. Anyways, for one last time this season, this has been a great ride, great season. We'll see you next year. And finally, my name is Antonio Tony D. Dominguez. Have a great afternoon, have a great night, and we'll see you out there. God bless.